Hey everybody, Christine here, and today I wanted to make a little video for all of you about Reiki. And the reason why I bring that up is because a lot of times we have clients that come in or people on social media, or they'll message us and go, hey, I see you're having a Reiki share. What is that? So Reiki, for those of you who don't know, is an old way of healing, okay? If you think of Jesus laying of hands, same thing. So this comes from the Japanese, where Dr. Yushi rediscovered Reiki. Because like everything else, things get lost in translation along the way when new things come up, or who knows, back in those days, society takes over and tells you, you can't do that. I'm in control. I'm in charge. You're not doing that. But anyhow, that's a history lesson for another time. So basically, Reiki is a laying of hands. So when I have a client that comes in, I lay my hands on that person, like over their eyes, their temples, the top of their heads. I do shoulders, I do the heart center, the belly, the hips, the knees, the ankles. And basically what I'm doing is I'm passing energy onto that person. And this helps them to heal from the inside out, emotionally, mentally, physically. And what you feel from my hands is they may get super hot. They may tingle, they may vibrate. You may feel waves of energy moving throughout your body. While you're laying on the table, you may feel super heavy, like, oh my gosh, I can't move, to so light, am I falling off the table? And I promise you, you wouldn't do that, you know? It's just the feeling, excuse me, the feeling that you get. So other things that happen while you're laying there is while your eyes are closed and you're relaxing, allowing me just to do my thing while you do your thing, is you might see colors while your eyes are closed. You may see flashing white light, like if somebody was playing with the light switch. Sometimes people feel more than one set of hands on them. And for me, I just tell them, look, I call in all the angels to help me. Those are my people, you know, and sometimes people can actually feel the angels touching them because they'll be telling me like, oh my God, I swear you were on my feet and somebody's hands were still on my shoulders. I'm like, oh, that's possible. That's possible. So it's all energy. So what happens is the reason why we have Reiki done is to release and let go of what no longer serves us. So if you've been going through a lot of trauma, drama, turmoil, stress, anxiety, any of those things, sickness, Reiki can help to relax you, to help you release, to help you to let go. Can I promise you healing? No, I can't, because everybody's journey is different. So maybe you're meant to go through something you're going through, but the Reiki can help you go through it. So people have gotten off the table and go, oh my God, I feel so much lighter. I feel so much weight lifted off. Like I feel clearer. I can feel like my head is clear. It's not all bogged down with all my stuff, you know, because, you know, I tell people like, oh yeah, I can feel that hamster wheel going, you know, when I'm doing Reiki on them. So that's what Reiki can do for you. So even when you have release on the table, you know, I tell people you might start yawning, you might start sighing, like deep breath sighing, you might start crying, or your stomach may make a bunch of noise. And it's got nothing to do with whether or not you've eaten or you haven't eaten. It's just the release. I always tell people, think of it like a plumber's pipe, right? And there's a clog in the pipe, so we call a plumber. What happens? He puts something in there, whether it's a chemical or a snake or whatever it is, to push it out of the way. And when the Reiki energy goes through your energy system and hits that block, it pushes and pushes and pushes and pushes, and then finally, whoop, off it goes. It moves the blocks out of the way. So Reiki can be very interesting the first time you get it done. I tell people all this could happen or none of it could happen. It doesn't mean you're not getting the Reiki. It just means you're experiencing it differently. So somebody may come in for the first time and experience a lot of those things. I've had people get off the table and go, whoa, that was crazy. And then I've had other people go, wow, I could feel some things going on. I didn't feel everything you told me that could happen, but I felt a lot of different things and I just feel amazing now. So that's Reiki in a nutshell. Will it fix you in one shot? Probably not. To me, I tell people, you know, if you have a headache or you just have some stress, yeah, one shot of Reiki for a half an hour or an hour, whatever you want, yeah, it can definitely help. But if you have like a lot of trauma, a lot of drama, holding on to a lot of things, a lot of anxiety, a lot of anger, sadness, yeah, it's going to take more than just one session. You'll feel great after one session, but it can take more. So I explain it to people. It's like when you go to the doctor and the doctor says, okay, you have an infection, so here's a prescription with an antibiotic. Take all of it until it's gone. Well, there's a reason for that, because you need all of it to make that infection go away. And what happens is some people midway go, wow, I feel great, so I'm not finishing these. I'm not gonna take them. And then before you know it, like within a month, all of a sudden they're sick again. Why did that happen? You didn't finish your meds. So Reiki's the same way. Go through the process. And I know it takes time and it takes energy and money to come for Reiki. But today's a manifesting day. So if you think this is something for you, then by all means, manifest. And of course, you can manifest anytime. I'm just talking about this today because it's January 11th, 2024, and it's a new moon. So, but do what you can do. You know, the more you can do for yourself, self-care wise, the better. So now I'm going to go back to the beginning when I started. What the heck is a Reiki share? So now that you know what Reiki is, a Reiki share is where I invite a lot of Reiki practitioners in, all my students and whatnot, whoever wants to come, and even people that are not Reiki practitioners, because I like to open up my circle to everybody. And what happens is everybody comes in. Let's say there's 7 people, okay? One person gets on the table, and the other 6 work on that person. So I usually stand at the person's head and I watch the clock, okay? And, you know, just this way we make sure we have enough time for everybody. And everybody places hands on that person. Nobody needs to change their positions or whatever. We just kind of place hands on the person, and we all set our intentions to give whoever's on the table healing for whatever they need. And 10 minutes worth of 6 people doing Reiki on you is like an hour. And when we're done, everybody just wow, okay? Wow. They can really feel that energy, especially with the hands, because the hands go from 6 people to like 100, because it feels like there's hands all over you, and the energy is flowing, and people will feel it. And then what happens is whoever the 6 are around the table, each one will give you a little tiny message. This is what I felt. This is the message I heard. This is what you need to know. This is what's happening, you know? And then we switch. That person gets up, the next one gets on, and the other 6 work on that person. And we keep going until everybody's had a turn. So that's a Reiki share. So even if you're not a Reiki practitioner, I invite you to join me and the rest of us for some Reiki. And if you've never had Reiki before, this is a perfect opportunity to at least try it. You come in, you have a tiny Reiki session done. It only costs you $20. It doesn't cost you a full hour if you don't like it. And you get to experience it with everybody, you know? And then you can determine whether or not you'd want to come in for a full hour or whatever. So you know, come on in. I always say, you know, you're not Reiki, but you know what? We're all Reiki of some kind. We all have intention within us that when we place our hands on somebody, we set the intentions like, okay, my intentions is to help this person receive energy so they can feel better. Intention is 90% of the work. So if you can set an intention to send energy to somebody, you're going to do it no matter what. So join us. Reiki practitioners, my students, those who have never had it before, those who want to just join in and get some Reiki, join us. I'm having a Reiki share once a month starting this month, January 20th, 2024, and every month after that. So you can find it on our Facebook page, in the event section. You can find it on our website, sistersofsolace.net. But Reiki, again, a great way to experience Reiki. Try it if you've never had it, or just come and join us in sharing the energy. It's a fun time. It really is, you know, and it's nice to be with a lot of like-minded people. So with that being said, I hope to see you there. And if you have any questions, by all means, call Sisters of Solace at 508-636-4668. And I can answer any questions that you may have. So have a great day.